Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops, honors unto my fellow laborers who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever, the 144,000, and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathens that look like those heathens, and to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you another lesson in truth. And this is a video that I'm trying to pull up on the screen of the beloved brother, the head of the Charlotte camp, the brother ICR. And you can see I'm on his channel, the latest from GMS All Precepts, and it will not let me in. And the video that I'm trying to profile is so powerful that Esau is shadow banning this video because it's in my history on my phone, which is the only reason it's playing. All right, but when I'm on the computer here, when I pull it up, that video it just will not come up. I put it in for name, word for word, quotation for quotation. This is GMS All Precepts, and I went, this is GMS All Precepts 3 weeks ago. I mean, no matter what I do, you can see the name. I typed it in, all right, but it will not come up. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. All right, you see? And so this is the channel that is on, but when you go to the videos, it doesn't show up. It doesn't show up from oldest to newest. Latest, it just will not pop up. And this video, I watched it last night with the intent, fell asleep watching it with the intent on doing this lesson that I'm about to do now. So, to give credit where credit is due, because this was a mighty work that these brothers did, And so I'm going to play it just from my phone now, since it's still here. And then I'm going to go into an article, because yesterday, the beloved Elder Yashawamba sent me an article. And now all of a sudden, fact checkers have fact checked that there were no bloody mattresses and no baby high chairs in the tunnels that were discovered. All right. I'm like, really? So, and basically they came with these pitiful excuses as to, and if you speak against it, then you're anti-Sem. All right. The anti-Sem card is not working anymore. It's not working with the Hebrew Israelites. It's not even working with Esau, Edom. The truth is coming out on them. It is that time. All right. So, without any further ado, I'm going to play a few minutes of this video, and then I'm going to, and through the Spirit, whatever scriptures come to mind. And then I'm going to read some of this article, and then I'm going to play another portion of this video. All right, so without any further ado, here we go.
All right, Shalom, bear with us.
Shalom.
Shalom out there. All right, we live. Let's get right into it.
Let's just go back to our 1948 Israel. These are the promises. This is exactly what I've seen in your blogs, and Zach has backed it up somewhat, and it just makes sense to me that this is the covenant for the people to return to the land, the people, and that there would be peace there, but apparently this doesn't correlate with the 1948 issue.
No, not at all. I mean, how many times?
Salaki, let me see if I can turn it back up.
Here, he said it's conditional.
And mind you, the subject matter that they're speaking on, I speak on almost daily, especially on the Critical Race Historical Facts channel. So I was elated when I saw this, all right? But what these two historians are or whoever these guys are, these Bible guys are, they're letting you know that what the small hatters continue to say You know, their narrative as to who they are and how they got to the land, it does not fit the biblical prophecy of how Israel will get into that land and what will be happening once they went back. However, we'll read that it does fit when Esau lied and stole the land and made it for himself and then claimed to be the people of the Lord. That prophecy they fit, which strangely these guys don't speak about that part. But you can see what it says. 1948 didn't fulfill biblical prophecy. And then he's got, this insert from this one guy. I forget his name, but it says, strictly speaking, it is incorrect to call an ancient, and forgive me, that screen is cracked on the phone that I'm holding. But it's incorrect to call an ancient Israelite an Israeli or Jew, all right? Because that's not what they were called, all right? And he's quoting their sources from one of their own books. But here we go. Let me bring it back. I just had to say that.
Let's go back to our 1948 Israel. These are the promises. This is exactly what I've seen in your blogs, and Zach has backed it up somewhat, and it just makes sense to me that this is the covenant for the people to return to the land, the people, and that there will be peace there. But apparently, this doesn't correlate with the 1948 issue.
No, not at all. How many times?
Yeah, it says modern Jewry is Esau Edom, and that's from the 1925 Jewish Encyclopedia, Volume 5, page 42. They are not the tribe of Judah, and that's true.
We see it even here. He said it's conditional. Let me see here. Okay, yeah.
Where you at, vocab?
And when all these things come upon you, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before you, and you call them to mind among the nations where the Lord your God has driven you. So when you're in the diaspora, when you are driven out, and when you wake up and realize, hey, we've gone astray, we've reaped the curses for 2,730 years or more, when you acknowledge that and return to the Lord your God, verse 2, you and your children, and obey his voice in all that I command you today, with all your heart and with all your soul, then Yahuwah your God will restore your fortunes and have compassion on you.
Ooh, you notice he didn't say JC.
Right.
Notice he didn't say that. All right? Showing that his name ain't no Jesus Christ. But anyway, Salakia, let me play it back.
And you today, with all your heart, with all your soul, then Yahuwah your God will restore your fortunes and have compassion on you. And he, not the Zionists, not the Rothschilds, not the Freemasons, not the United Nations, he will gather you again from all the peoples where Yahuwah your God has scattered you. It's if-then. If you do this, then he
being Yahweh.
Nothing about 1948 fits that. It doesn't fit Jeremiah 23, which says the same basic thing, Jeremiah 30, Jeremiah 31, the entire book of Hosea, Ezekiel 37,
Damn.
and Isaiah 65 and 66. They all say the same thing.
Well, we had a dispensational teacher on last night, and he was.
Now I find it interesting that vocab and then the apologists, they don't seem to acknowledge these scriptures that they're, because they don't like to deal with prophecy. All right, they stray away from prophecy because you can't use prophecy and then also use the replacement theory or replacement theology, and that's what they do.
Church and the Jews, and we brought this up to him a little bit last night. Kind of stumped him, and that's not what our goal was. Our goal was to get the information because he's a great guy.
Hey.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop it there.
Man.
Oh yeah, here.
All right, brothers, a great millstone, Charlotte back.
Because it's called Dispel the Darkness, Shine a Light on Anti-Semitism. So they're using, the anti-shield to duck and dodge truth, scripture, and prophecy. And then people like Vocab Malone, who are paid off by these very people, they put people like him in place to try and keep those lies alive. But let me see if I can find this article now that the elder sent me and read from some of it. First, let me get a scripture, which is one I read, it seems, almost every other day. All right. But it's so appropriate to what's going on. And it's one of my favorites because it hits so hard. And it's Deuteronomy 33 and 29. Every time Netanyahu opens his mouth, he fits this. But this is Deuteronomy 33 and 29. And it reads, Happy art thou, Israel. Matter of fact, let me start up at 28. All right. Because it does say that when Israel goes home, they're going to dwell in peace and safety alone. They're not going to have war on all their borders, and make alliances with the other nations. As a matter of fact, they will be ruling over all the other nations, in righteousness. And the other nations will be coming to them to learn, all right, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, which the people in Israel do not follow. All right, they don't acknowledge the whole book. They only acknowledge the Torah, and the Torah condemns them. And they'll speak on the book of the prophets, the Tanakh, only when it suits them. And then they try to duck and dodge the book of Tanakh because the prophecies in the Tanakh, well, it doesn't fit them. All right, so they don't like to dwell on that too much. But this is Deuteronomy 33 and 28, and it says, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. So they will dwell in peace and safety alone. All weapons of war will have been destroyed, and there will be peace on earth. And these people that's not happening. As a matter of fact, there's been more wars on earth after them going there. All right. And that's just a fact. Deuteronomy 33:29. Happy art thou, Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon his high places. All right. By speaking, we tread upon their high places by speaking this truth. All right, because they profess themselves to be the people of the Lord. Their brethren in the land of England claim to be the royals. There's nothing. They're Edomites. Edomites are the lowest people. They're the base of men. And the Bible said in Daniel that the bases of men would have the dominion. It also says in Job that the earth would be given into the hand of the wicked. So the wicked are the bases of men. You got to remember there's three classes of men. The sons of the wicked, who are the Edomites, the so-called Caucasians or white people. Then you have the sons of men, who are the Gentiles, the rest of the other Gentile nations, the heathen, which simply means other people. All right, basically. And then you have the sons of God, who are the Israelites, and they were called the sons of God. All right, before they came back as the Israelites after the flood. All right. So let's go and find this article now. And I'm going to read, from some of this article. Fact checkers. There were no mattresses or booster seats in the Jewish NYC tunnel. So this is a fact checkers put this up. All right. The People's Voice. And it says, fact checkers claim there were no mattresses or booster seats in Jewish NYC tunnel. So all the video evidence that you saw, you didn't see that. There is nothing to see here. It's like the man behind the curtain when Toto went over and grabbed the curtain and started showing you the Oz. You got to remember, the Wizard of Oz was the great and powerful Oz on screen, through his media magic. He was that dude until he got revealed by a little dog. And then still trying to do damage control, he kept saying there's nothing to see here. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Pay no attention to that guy coming out of the sewer. All right? Okay? Because I'm sure there was a good reason to have hidden tunnels and running through sewers. Coming out of, like the Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right? The whole world saw video footage of the NYPD pulling the stained mattress and the booster seats from the secret tunnel system discovered under the Chabad Lukpovich headquarters in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. But USA Today fact checkers are now saying that we should not believe our own eyes. All right? According to US Today fact check, there were no mattresses with suspicious pools of blood, nor were there any booster seats or books covered in blood These ideas are simply a part of a vast right-wing conspiracy, claim the fact checkers. Well, this sounds like some serious damage control going on here. So these are the images that everybody saw happening real time. All right. At the same time, you saw the police, them in the fight, in the standoff with the police, but you didn't see this. All right. The mattresses was pulled down from the illegal tunnels under New York synagogue. What do you think of this stain? All right. U.S. Today fact checkers also claims the discovery of the tunnels was reported to the police by the synagogue. Despite the fact the arrival of the authorities caused a riot, with Jewish men attempting to stop the police from performing the raid when men in traditional Jewish clothing were also caught on video escaping via tunnels into the street. So that's actually enough. All right. Let's go to real quick. Because, Esau is just being exposed. And it's, and they can't pull back. The false name and image that they've created to themselves is tainted and destroyed. All glory and power be unto Yahweh Shai. This, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is a great day for the Lord has actually allowing us to live to see our enemies fall. All right. So the only thing left for them to do at this point is just completely turn off the airwaves. All right. Because the whole world is coming against them, including their own allies. All right. So they're going to do this big joint military, thing together, but some of those people that you're doing this with are going to actually are against you already. All right. So the joke is on them. It really is. This is Job 13:4. And it reads, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. So, I'm going to call the police on myself to report on the tunnels that I built. And then I'm going to have confrontation with the police when they show up to close, the tunnels up. All right. Which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And I believe those tunnels were shut up and closed up, poured cement into them quickly so that no more evidences could be retrieved from them. You just submit it all back in. All right. So let's go back to the videos that the brother did. And like I said, I can't pull it up on the internet. All right. This is the strangest thing. All right. And it's only playing because it's in my history. I'm playing it from my history. So let me go.
There's a great millstone Charlotte back at you with another lot. It shall be astonished.
All right. So I'm just trying to go to another part of the video and let it play a little bit. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Extremely, bad look for these devils. They found fucking bloody mattresses and, baby chairs and shit down there. So what the hell were they doing down there? All right. And if you know anything about about their rituals on how they get down with these kids, then hey, say less, right?
Yeah.
See?
It speaks without, saying anything, man.
Exactly.
And if it wasn't so, crazy as, as it really looks, then why did the police seal it up with cement after they found it?
Mm-hmm.
Because they knew that them damn Amalekites, first of all, they control the police, so they wasn't going to allow them officers to go down there and really see what was down there, man.
Right.
Like you said, you got bloody mattresses, you had baby strollers, baby clothes, baby food.
Damn.
You already know. You gotta say nothing, man.
You see? So this is why these things, continue to pop up to protect the wicked. Right? So let's go back. You got it, bro.
Wow.
Verse 11, it says, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me.
Well, it doesn't want to focus, so that's all right.
Behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
And that was us.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The Israelites, we drank of the cup of what? Of slavery, man.
That's right.
Genocide, being separated, man, losing our identity. All right? We drank of that cup. Go ahead.
It says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Right, now it's your turn. These Edomites are surely going to drink of the cup. And you can link that up with Lamentations, 4 and 21?
That's right.
No? So as Yahweh Shema Shai is making Esau bear, all right, he's also getting ready to drink of that cup, that destruction, man.
Yeah, and those two, just like the title of their video, his exposure, basically, it parallels his destruction. Him being made naked parallels his destruction. That's the actual name of the video that you're watching, which, if you type, is called "The Nakedness of the Wicked Parallels His Destruction," but it will not pull up on the internet, not on mine. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet if I erase this was a very well done video, and it is very damaging to the enemy. All right, but let me get some prophecy that does match them, and we'll close this out. All right, because you notice those guys, they mentioned Ezekiel, but they didn't mention this because they're Edomites too. But this is Ezekiel 36:5, and this is the prophecy that puts the Netanyahu and his people in the land of Israel. The European, Ashkenazi Jews and from around the world. This is a prophecy of them going into the land, which is connected back to the Balfour Declaration. All right, and it reads Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power. Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which is the Latin way, the Greekish way of saying Edom. All right, which have appointed my land into their possession. So it's telling you the Edomites appointed and who changed that from Idumea to Edom? All right, the Edomites did. Just like they added Jew, remember that didn't come about. That JEOO, that didn't come about to the late 1800s. Same as the term Middle East. All right, same as the Assyrian script replacing, which you can see on the Charlotte GMS, it says Kwam Yasharallah. All right, replacing the actual Paleo-Hebrew, which when you do your research at the time of the fall of Jerusalem, when the Romans took it over, the besieging of Jerusalem, when they fled, and millions of them fled into Africa, all right, and into Europe and into Asia. They fled in all directions, all right. But you will find that the evidence proved that what you're looking at on the screen is the type of Hebrew that they used, all right. And had they used this form of Hebrew, that would have exposed what they did over here in the Americas, because so many writers and anthropologists had already stated that the Native Americans were of the lost tribes. All right. I was just watching a video of chronicles of the horrific slavery when they were thrown into ships and taken to the Caribbeans and different islands to be in slavery at the same time the Negroes were serving slavery. So, for you people who want to deny who they are, because there's no prophecy that says the heathen would go on ships in chains right along with the Israelites. Duh. Okay. But once again, back in Ezekiel 36:5, therefore thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. All right. So the Edomites, they basically commandeered the land violently, the land of Israel. All right. And the Bible tells you in Joel, the 3rd chapter, that they would take the land and part it and then scatter the people. So the actual people have been scattered and the land was parted between who? Edomites and Ishmaelites. And now the Ishmaelites are being having genocide, committed against them violently to clear them of the land. But Yahweh is coming. Yahweh is sending Yahushai, all right, and the host of heaven to get rid of those people, move them out of that land, all right. And that's why all the things that are happening in the world are happening in the world. The Lord is beginning to visit the world which He created, and in that visitation, in that nakedness, Esau, Edom is being exposed, and his destruction comes right along with that exposure. So we just gotta hold on, brothers. We almost out of here, man. Shalom, and as you see on the screen, Kwam Yasharala.